You know what Blake Lively's busy doing? Blake Lively's busy getting ready to do some sort of crazy hair and makeup presentation for Betches. Betches Media. I'm sorry. What? Yeah. Yesterday, I got a DM from one of you guys. You guys always send me the good stuff. I got a DM from one of you guys saying, "Oh my God, look at what Blake Lively's doing with JVN." If you guys know, let me pull it up on my Instagram and then I'll show it to you guys. I was pissed. I was like, this girl, she can't like leave us alone. She really can't. She's just always around, she's like that annoying gnat. Can you guys see this? Let me make it bigger. Good at Shopping posted it. And it says, cancel your New York Fashion Week plans. We made better ones. Betches is teaming up with Glossy Pop NYC for a full day of live convos with Blake Lively, Jonathan Van Ness, and more. You couldn't pay me to go. I couldn't think of, I'm just being honest, I can't think of two more obnoxious human beings than JVN and Blake Lively. Truly, these two together in one room just put me out of my misery. Put me out of my misery right now. He is it, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Is it they? Is it JVN, a they? And I really don't want to be offensive. So I don't know. But Blake Lively and JVN are so, think about the narcissism in that room. Think about the narcissism in that room, the hand motions, the me, the hair. Oh, look at my hair. No, your hair. Hairs. We have so much hair. Like, I could not. I just ruined my hair for this presentation, for this for that, you don't even have to go. That was exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be like, oh, look at us. We're so funny. Me, no, let me touch you. No, let me, us. Oh, yeah. That's literally all it would be for 2 hours. Oh, sounds like hell. But here's the craziest part. And this is truly what, oh my God, we should do a skit like this. JVN, I'll be Blake and Zach will be JVN. That's what we're going to do at Dosers Live. And this is the craziest part, is that it's Betches. And you know what? I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of an insight. I'm not a big fan of Betches. Betches, for those of you guys that don't know, Betches is a media company. They have content, they have podcasts, they have it's very, what's the generation under me? So I am 44. I think I'm millennial. I'm like the older millennial. I'm like the top of the millennial. Elder millennial is what they call it. Right under that is Gen X, Gen Z, whatever. The younger one. It's like very Gen Z. I think Betches is Gen Z. So I feel very aged out of the Betches vibe. Like, it's not for me. It's also very cringe, a lot of it for me. It's not my vibe, okay? I don't need to get into all of it. But one of the people who runs Betches, she agrees with me on the Blake Lively stuff. We've had many conversations about it. So I find this very curious. So the head of one of the co-founders of Betches, it has been on my side about Blake Lively. How did this happen? How is Betches behind this? Who did they pay to get involved with this? That is my question. Money can do everything, can just get you in the door. That's what bothers me about this all. Money is money. Money. Ain't it funny in a rich man's world? Okay, JVN and money. All right, let's keep going. let's continue. And then I want to talk about, okay, so let's first, while we're here, let's talk about the Baldoni, Isabela Ferrer. Then we'll get into Jillian. Then we'll get into Kevin Costner. We'll get into Jillian Michaels. We'll talk about it all. Let's mention it all. Okay. Have you guys subscribed and have you liked the video? I would like a like count as we continue. This is going to be like a, not Casey Kasem. Dick Clark, like one of those auctions the entire time. Not an auction, like a fundraiser. What were they called? See, now I'm really giving you my age. So yes, 114, we gotta up it. Up that shit. Now, up it. So Jerry Lewis, there we go. Telethon. So we were yesterday just flabbergasted over Isabela Ferrer and her I'm just going all in, okay, you guys? I'm not holding back. I didn't get this far to hold back in life. Isabela Ferrer went quickly from being someone that I was like kind of feeling a little bit sad for, a little bit concerned for, a little bit like, oh gosh, did you just get in with the wrong people at the wrong time? Like, I hope your career is going to be okay. I wonder about, to like, you know what? You're a willing participant. You're a 25-year-old woman who at that age, you should have enough ability to take control over your career, and you should know when and where to go with your life. You also are not far away from the industry. You didn't just land here like Dorothy in a flying fucking house, okay? You landed here well included into the industry. You know exactly how this industry works. You come from a long line of industry executives, or industry people. I did a long search about her history. She basically, Isabela Ferrer's parents are, I'll give you the exact, her actual parents are not super like names, but they were, oh God, hold on. Sorry, I had my search up, but it was on my other computer, so that's why it's not exactly. So she comes from a family of industry people. Her grandmother was Rosemary Clooney. Her aunt was an actress and then a producer. Her dad also was an actor. No one was a massive actor. No one other than, her grandmother, obviously related to George Clooney. There's connections. It's not like she comes as a, A-list kid. It's not like her father was Steven Spielberg or something, but she understands the industry enough. She's represented by Paradigm Agency, which if you know the industry enough to know, there's like probably top 6 big agents or agencies. Obviously, WME is the tippity top of them, but then you also have UTA, you have CAA, and you have Paradigm, I would say, are up there with it. You also have Gersh, you have, on the next ring, you have, at least when I was working in casting, you had APA and Abrams and some of the bigger ones, but she's with a big agent. She has a big manager. This girl is not like some lost puppy. She understands what's going on. She also has an attorney who, even though he wrote like a wild, lost puppy not puppy, I don't want to keep using that word, but like he wrote in a very kind of aggressive way in his filing, he's at a firm that is a well-respected firm. They take on big cases. Like, they're okay. She's okay. So I don't feel bad for her, but she's going on a path which she thinks is going to be the better path and the only reason I do kind of feel bad is when you look at, and I hate to do this, but if you think about it, people can say, wow, I can't believe you would choose to go down the path of aligning yourself with Ryan and Blake. But I want you to think about it from the case of being in the industry. Who's actually coming out on top right now? It's Ryan and Blake. Yes, from a court of people's opinion, the public opinion, it's Justin Baldoni. But That's a very small echo chamber. I hate to break it to us, right? Because in our world, we see it as a certain way. But in the grand scheme of life, people don't care about this case. People still support Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, people that don't know shit about this case. So she's getting probably a lot of advice, and she's getting advised by her agents and her managers who are coming from a place of, if you want to make it in this industry, you cannot go against the WMEs of the world. You cannot go against the Ryan Reynolds and the Blake Lively's of the world. Stay the course. Stay the course. It's going to pay off. She's doing the smarter business move. If she all of a sudden goes rogue and decides to go and collaborate with Justin Baldoni all of a sudden and goes against Ryan and Blake, those two are like, I think their path of destruction knows no bounds. She could really be done. She actually has a chance to stay alive in the business. It's kind of sad, but this is like mafia level shit for industry wise, in my opinion. So that's how I look at it. It's pretty sad, but I look at it that way. Because if you can imagine, like, if I hate to bring up like mafia, but think about if you're in like a scary mafia situation or like a cult, and you want to get out of that cult and you want to kind of like separate it because you know that you're not in the right thing and you're lying to yourself or you're lying to your family or you're doing something unhealthy. But they tell you in not so many words, if you do leave, if you do tell on us, if you do go against this family or whatever, we will A, B, and C your life. You will ruin your life. You'll never work in this town again. Da, 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 da. That fear can keep you in a place that you may never want to stay in, because she may be petrified to go against the course. I mean, I hate to say it, but we are in a very, very precarious situation when it comes to this story. It sounds kind of crazy, you guys, but really think about it. She was, in my mind, Isabela Ferrer was groomed by Blake Lively. If you rewatch all the clips now, and if you actually watch the fact that she was love bombed by Blake and brought under her wing, and I was listening to Zach on Billy Bush yesterday. Great episode, by the way. I was listening to it, and there's no reason why she took her under the wing like that, having no scenes with her. There's no reason unless she was teeing her up for this moment. It's exactly what a man would do to a woman who is like an abusive man. It's like, I am going to bring you into my circle, love the shit out of you, and give you so much, give you everything you want before I give you like this abusive behavior, but I'm going to make you feel like you can't live without me kind of vibe. I'm not saying Blake abuses her in that way. I'm just saying it's that same kind of Stockholm syndrome experience. I hate to say it. I think that there's a little bit of that. And I think Isabella deleting Blake off of her Instagram and playing it cool and pretending that they weren't friends is all part of the plan. It's to show the public that she's not aligned with her so that Blake and Ryan do not appear to be influencing her, so that they do not appear to be showing her the way. What are you talking about? We have no connection with Isabella. This is all on her own. We're not telling her how to act. We're not telling her what to do. She's doing this on her own. She's 25. She can do whatever she wants. We're just living our lives. We're not her friend. I mean, we love her. We care for her. If she wants to be our friend, so we're here for her always. But as you can see, like, we're not close with her. We don't spend time with Isabella. And secretly, they're very much in her ear. That's my gut. Okay. But back to the legal filings, Wayfarer finally did respond yesterday, and I will pull up, or this morning, and I will pull up Leanne on X because she breaks it down, and she had a really nice way to. Sorry. That's me in Canada. Sorry. She had a really good way to kind of break it down. Kevin Fritz, who's our favorite attorney at the moment, wrote it, and basically, without reading every single moment, says that it was really just an attack on Baldoni and Friedman. It felt very much like a way to just kind of show her that, or show them like a PR stunt. Baldoni is harassing and extorting and all of those things, which of course it did get all the press. And then it talked about the fact that they had no problem giving the subpoena or responding to the subpoena from the Lively side. Why did they have a problem responding to the subpoena from from Baldoni's side, from the Wayfarer side? They also said she's asking for sanctions. She's asking for money. Well, what they're doing here with writing this entire refusal to respond to the subpoena is they're basically racking up the bill even more. So it makes no sense. Why don't they just respond to the freaking subpoena? They're also saying that Baldoni is not harassing anyone. In fact, Lively was subpoenaing her first. So there's no harassment whatsoever. And the fact is, if Lively doesn't want to use her as like a coordinator or someone to align with her side of the story, then Baldoni won't use her at all either. So like, fine. She can kind of drop her completely as someone that like coordinates her side, which is a really smart way. Like, if you don't want to use her, then we won't use her either. I still want Isabela to be used because Isabela is a huge part in the story, in my opinion, as someone that can corroborate Justin's story. As I made you a safe set. I made it a very safe set and a really comfortable set for you. But they're saying, like, if Lively doesn't want to use her, okay, that's all good. That's all good, no problem. And finally, they say that if she does have issues with the subpoena, she can just, file a motion to quash, and it's all good. So it was actually a really nicely written letter. It was very classy. It wasn't attacking. It wasn't, snarky. It was a really nice, smart letter. And that is that. And we will see where that goes. Still, there's some more legal updates. Justin Baldoni and team have finally responded to Lively's request for sanctions in terms of Brian Friedman. I'm not going to get into that. This is like a very, obviously, this is just one legal battle after another every single day. There is more and more and more with the sanctions, or the legalities. It's just nonstop. Also, finally, Leanne says, and I think this is a really important point, about anyone that does feel sorry for Isabela Ferrer, anyone that does feel like she is being used or whatever, just remember that she still follows Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and she is followed back by both of them. So the follow on Instagram is actually a very important thing. It sounds stupid, but the unfollow from Lively and Colleen Hoover and the whole rest of the cast to Justin Baldoni was what got us all talking at the very beginning. That follow and unfollow speaks huge, huge things. So never forget that. It may sound stupid, like who's paying attention about who follows who? Well, in the Housewives world and the Bravo world and everything that we all know, you should know that follow, you can mute people that annoy you. But if you don't follow someone, or if you follow someone, that is a huge sign of I support you or I don't support you. And that is that. Okay. We have got to move on. And I'll keep you guys posted if anything big comes up. Oh, one thing that I do want to say that I think is actually really funny. Oh, this is another really good point that Zach brought up. A couple more things just before I do move on from this story that never ends. Is Zach says, of course, Zach, who's going to be at Dozers Live this weekend, by the way. Zach says, can you imagine what the conversation would be if Justin Baldoni was constantly hanging out with the actor that played young Atlas, even though they're two men, right? Sleepovers and dinners with an actor 13 years younger than him. You can't convince me Blake Lively didn't love bomb and manipulate Isabela. Despite never filming together in their 13-year age gap, Blake suddenly invites Isabela over for sleepovers, would loan Isabela her clothes, and would take her out to dinners. They never filmed together. You can't tell me that's weird. I'm sorry. So freaking creepy. And anyone on that side that doesn't, like, anyone that is on her side that doesn't see that as being weird is honestly like, that's like you're being blinded, because that is weird. And it wouldn't be so weird if they filmed every scene together. For example, if they were mother-daughter in the movie or sister-sister and they got really close, because I think that happens a lot. Like, for example, in Gilmore Girls, I remember Rory and Lorelai, Alexis Bledel and Lauren Graham, like they played mother-daughter. They were probably fairly close in age because she was a very young mom, and they got really, really close, but they were in every scene together for years. So that makes sense that you're going to spend all your time together on set together. So, and this was series of a show. Like, this was seasons and seasons and seasons. This was a movie that had, I think, over the course of a year, like 25 shooting days, and they were never together. Not once, not ever. They literally just spent promotion together. So, riddle me that. Weird. Even Senti Butterfly says, I'm 37, my sister's 24, and I wouldn't be hanging out with her if we weren't related. She definitely doesn't want to hang out with me either. Same here. I have a sister that was born when I was 11 and another sister that was born when I was 13. I love them. They ain't my girlfriends. They're like on a different planet age-wise. That's so weird. Sorry. Like, it's just not the same at all.